Good morning, students, and welcome to Maths class once again. Dear students, today we study a new chapter, that is chapter 19. Chapter 17 and chapter 18 is not in the syllabus. We study next chapter, chapter 19, that is about area and perimeter of a closed figure. Dear students, what do you mean by perimeter and what do you mean by area? About perimeter and area, you have studied in your lower classes, that means 5th class and 6th class. And this year we will study some more about area and perimeter. Actually, what do you mean by perimeter? The perimeter means it is the length of the boundary of any plane figure or any closed figure. The length of its boundary is called its perimeter, and area is the region that is occupied by the closed figure. Inside the closed figure, what is the region? That measurement of that region is called area. So that's the difference between perimeter and area. Perimeter is the length of the boundary and area is the region that is occupied by the closed figure. So we have studied different formulas regarding about area and the perimeter of different shapes. That means mainly we discuss about square, rectangle and triangle. Some formulas are, here you can see perimeter is the length of the boundary of a closed figure and area is the region enclosed by a closed figure. Formula to find out the perimeter and area given. Perimeter of a square is equal to 4 into side. So actually the length of this boundary, suppose if this is a closed figure and the length of this boundary from here to here, this distance is called the perimeter, and the area inside this closed figure, that is called the area. This region occupied by the closed figure, this inner space is called the area, and length of only the boundary is called the perimeter. Actually, if this is a part, you can see that if this is a part, a rectangular area, this length of this boundary is called the perimeter, and inside this space, that space is called this space occupied by the closed figure, that is called the area, and the length of the boundary is called the perimeter. That's the difference between perimeter and area. So the square perimeter is, in a square 4 sides are there, so we multiply and all sides are equal, therefore we multiply that side with 4, then we get perimeter, and area of the square is side into side. And rectangle perimeter is 2 into length plus breadth, and rectangle area is length into breadth. And triangle perimeter is sum of 3 sides. We add all the 3 sides, side plus side plus side, and its area is half into base into height. So if this is the triangle, this is called the base and this is called the height or altitude. So half into base into height. If we take half into base into height, we multiply and take the half, then we get the area of this triangle. So these are the different formulas regarding perimeter and area of a closed figure. Suppose if there is a closed figure that inside that, suppose a park, a rectangular park, around that a road is there, what is the area of that road? So in order to find out, here 2 rectangles you can see that, one is outer rectangle and one is inner rectangle. The area of road means from outer rectangle area, if we subtract the inner rectangle area, then we get the area of this road. That means outer rectangle area minus inner rectangle area. Outer rectangle area means this inner rectangle length. Actually, area means length into breadth in a rectangle. So the outer rectangle length means it is length plus x. This part is, this width of the road is x, and here also x means 2x. That means L plus 2x into, then breadth also is in outer rectangle breadth, here breadth plus x. That means this part x, this part also x, and here this part is breadth. That is equal to breadth plus 2x. this length plus 2x into breadth plus 2x, that is the area of outer rectangle minus L into B. So this is the formula to find out L plus 2x into B plus 2x minus length into breadth. That means inner rectangle area. Inner rectangle area, length into breadth, and outer rectangle area with this length we add x plus x, then we get length plus 2x into then breadth here to here breadth plus x, breadth plus 2x. Then here we get the breadth of the outer rectangle, so length into breadth. That means L plus 2x, that's the length of outer rectangle, and B plus 2x, that's the breadth of outer rectangle. If length and breadth we multiply, we get the area of outer rectangle minus area of inner rectangle. So this is the formula to find out the area of the road. Suppose if a park is surrounded by a road in all sides, then this formula we use to find out the area of the road. Or if the area, if there is two roads crossing each other to the center of a park, suppose this is a rectangular park and vertically there is a road and horizontally there is another road, and in order to find out this area of the road, here you can see lengthwise length into breadth, and breadth is h, that means L into h plus here breadth also, here also breadth into h. Length into x means this area we will get, and breadth into x means this area we will get, and from that this cross section area 2 times it is included, that means minus x into x. This is actually a square. When uniform width of the road, when it crosses each other, the middle part will be a square. Area of this square we have to subtract, because when we calculated the area of this lengthwise, already this area is included. So again when we calculate the area of this part, this center part is again included. So 2 times it is included, therefore 2 times it is not needed. So 1 time its area we will subtract, that means x into x, side into side. This is a square, therefore side into side. This side into side we subtract, then we get the area of this road. So these are the different formulas we use in this chapter. So all of you must learn these formulas. That is very important, very compulsory. Then only you can solve these questions. So now we are going to solve the questions from exercise 19.1. Students, look at the first question. The length and breadth of a rectangular park is 75 meter and 40 meter respectively. In a rectangular park, length and breadth is given. Length is 75 meter and breadth is 40 meter. Find the area of the park. We have to find the area of the park and the cost of planting grass in it at 20 rupees per meter square. So we have to find out area and also the cost of planting grass inside this park. The rate of planting grass is 20 rupees per meter square. So this is the park, and length is 75 meter and breadth is 40 meter. We are planting grass inside this area, inside region, that means area. So first we calculate what is the area of this park inside, and that means how much meter square it is totally, and 1 meter square, the cost is 1 meter square 20 rupees, that's the cost. So first of all we want to find out this park is how much meter square, how many meter square, that means what is the area, and that area we multiply by cost per unit, then we get total cost. Total cost is equal to area of the park, because we are planting grass inside the area, so we must know how much area that park occupies. So that area into cost per meter square, then we get total cost of planting grass in that rectangular park. So here area is equal to area of rectangular park is length into breadth, and here you can see that length is 75 meter, that means 75 into 40 meter, that is equal to 3000 meter square. 3000 meter square is the area. That means 3000 meter square area we want to plant grass. 1 meter square 20 rupees. So total 3000 meter square how much? So cost of planting is equal to rupees 20 per meter square. This is the cost of planting grass, and total 3000 meter square is there. So total cost of planting grass is equal to area into cost per unit. Cost per unit. That means 3000 rupees into 20 per meter square. That means 3000 into 20 per meter square. That means 3 2s are 6. That is equal to 60,000 rupees. So if 60,000 rupees if he spent, he can plant grass in that rectangular part. Total cost of planting grass is equal to 60,000 rupees. Students, second question. Find the area of a square whose perimeter and area are in the ratio of 1:2. Find the area of the square. Area of the square we have to find out, and the ratio of perimeter and area is 1:2. We have given the ratio of perimeter and area, that is 1:2. If perimeter is one part, then area is two parts. So ratio of perimeter and area given, we want to find out area of that square. So here we have written ratio of perimeter and area is 1:2. That means perimeter is one part and area is two parts. So we are assuming that we want to find out the area of the square. So area of the square is side into side. We don't know what is side into side. So let the side is equal to, we assume that it is A. Side is equal to A, or any letters we can give. Therefore perimeter formula is 4 into side. That means 4 into A. That is equal to 4A. And area formula is side into side. Side into side. That is equal to A into A. So now we have got 4 into A perimeter and A into A area. So and ratio of perimeter is to area. Perimeter is to area. The ratio is 1:2. And perimeter is equal to 4A. That means 4A is to area is equal to A into A. That's equal to 1:2. 1:2. So therefore 4A upon ratio we can write as fraction. A into A is equal to 1/2. A and A will cut. That means 4 upon A is equal to 1:2. Then we cross multiply. A into 1 means A, and 4 into 2. A is equal to 4 into 2. That's equal to A into 8. So we got A is equal to 8 units. Whether it is centimeter or meter, it is not given. So 8 units is equal to the side of that side of that square. So we are asked to find out area. Therefore area is equal to side into side. Side already we got 8 into 8. That is equal to 64 square unit. 64 square unit is the area of that square. Student, next question. Question 3. The cost of fencing a square field at 14 per meter is 28,000 rupees. Find the area of the field. The cost of fencing a square field. Fencing means we want to make fence, divar. Fence we make on the boundary of that closed figure. So fencing, the cost of fencing means the cost into perimeter, because we are making fence on the boundary. The length of boundary means it is perimeter. So in order to find out how much cost is needed for making that boundary line or making that fence, then we multiply the length of the boundary with the cost per unit. So length of the boundary means perimeter. So perimeter and cost, if we multiply, then we get cost of fencing. So cost of fencing means perimeter into cost per unit. That cost of fencing a square field at 14 per meter square. 14 per meter. 1 meter for fencing 1 meter 14 rupees. So total how much cost? 28,000 rupees. 28,000 rupees, how we get? This 14 into perimeter, then we get 28,000. Then find the area of the field. So this 28,000 rupees means that is the perimeter into cost per unit. So if that perimeter is divided by cost per unit, then we get the value of the perimeter. If the total cost, if we divide it by 14, then we get a perimeter. Perimeter means actually 4 into side. So let us see that the cost of fencing that field is equal to 28,000 rupees. This is total cost of fencing. This cost of fencing means actually cost into perimeter. So cost per unit is rupees 40. 1 meter, rupees 14 per meter. 1 meter 14 rupees, that is the cost per unit. Then cost of fencing is equal to, cost of fencing means perimeter into cost per unit. Perimeter into cost per unit, that is equal to cost of fencing. So perimeter into cost per unit means 14,000, that is equal to cost of fencing, that means 28,000 rupees. Therefore perimeter is equal to this 14 we bring to the x side, then it is changes to division, 28,000 divided by 4. So we can divide it 14 2s are means 2,000. So the perimeter is equal to 2,000 meter. Perimeter is equal to 2,000 meter. So perimeter is equal to actually 4 into side. You know that in a square perimeter is equal to 4 into side. So 4 into side is equal to 2,000. We got the perimeter, perimeter is 2,000. That means 4 into side is equal to 2,000. Therefore side is equal to 2,000 divided by 4. That means 500. 500 meter is the length of one side of that square. So actually this 500 meter, this side into 4, then we get 2000. That 2000 if we multiply by 14, then we get 28,000 total cost of fencing. So now actually we found out the side, therefore we can find out the area. Area is equal to side into side. That means 500 into 500. 5 5s are 25. Then 4 zeros. That means 2,50,000 meter square is the area of that square field. Number 4. I will read the question. The length and breadth of a rectangular field are in the ratio of 3:2. The length and breadth, their ratio is given 3:2. Length is 3 and breadth is 2. If the perimeter of the field is 250 meter, the perimeter of that field is given, that is 250 meter. That means 2 into length plus breadth, that is given 250. Find the cost of reaping the field at 15 rupees per 50 meter square. Cost of reaping. Reaping means what? Cutting the any crops or harvesting. Example, wheat or rice, we are cutting. That is called reaping. So cost of reaping the field means the cost of cutting that crops. We have to find out. Actually, students, you know that we are planting that crops inside the region of that rectangular field. That means it is area. So cost of reaping, in order to find out cost of reaping, we must know how much area that crops are planted inside it. So area should be multiplied by cost per unit. Cost per unit is given 15 rupees per 50 meter square. For reaping 50 meter square, then 15 rupees is the cost. So how much meter square is the area that we want to find out. So in order to find out the area, we need length and breadth, but length and breadth is not given. We have given only the ratio of length and breadth and the perimeter. So using that perimeter and ratio of length and breadth, we can find out the actual length and breadth. And after finding out actual length and breadth, we multiply then that length and breadth, then we get the area, and then we multiply by the cost per unit. Then we get the total cost of reaping. So first of all, we write the ratio of length and breadth is 3:2. Therefore, length we assume 3x and breadth we assume 2x. And perimeter of that field is given, that is equal to 250 meter. That means perimeter is 2 into length plus breadth, that is equal to 250 meter. That means 2 into 3x, length is 3x and breadth is 2x. 2 into length plus breadth is equal to 250 meter. That means 2 into 3 plus 2, 5x is equal to 250 meter. Therefore, 10x is equal to 250 meter. Therefore, x is equal to 250 upon 10, that is equal to 25. So, x is equal to 25 meter. That means x value we got 25 meter. Therefore, length 3x is equal to 3 into 25, that is equal to 75 meter, and breadth 2x, that is equal to 2 into 25, that is equal to 50 meter. Now we got the length and the breadth of the field. Therefore, we can find out area, because cost of reaping means that is area into cost per unit. So next we find out the cost of reaping. Area into cost per unit. Area is equal to length into breadth. That means 75 meter into 50 meter. That's equal to 5 5s are 25. 3750 meters square is the area of that field. And cost per unit. Cost per unit rupees 15 per 50 meter square. For 50 meter square, 15 rupees. Therefore, cost of reaping is equal to area into cost per unit. Area we have got already 3750. That we multiply by 15 upon 50. Means 50 meter square, 15 rupees. So this we cut. Then 5 we can cut. 5 7s are 35. And 2 25. 5 5s are 75. 75 into 50. Means total 1125 rupees is the cost of reaping that field. That means in order to reap or cut the grass from that field, we need to pay 1125 rupees. So students, next question, that is I think fifth question that you can do as homework. I will read the question and explain how to do that. That's a homework for you. The breadth of a rectangular field is twice the length. Breadth is twice of length. So we assume length is x and breadth is twice of that. That means 2x, x and 2x. If the area of the field is 1058 meters square, area given, rectangular field area given, that means length into breadth is 1058 meters square. Then find the cost of fencing it at 35 per meter. Cost of fencing means perimeter. Fence we are making on the boundary. So we must know the perimeter. And perimeter into cost per unit, that is equal to cost of fencing. So first we find out what's the length and breadth of that rectangular field. Length we assume x and breadth is 2x. So 2x into 3x, that means length into breadth is given 1058 meters square. So that means 2x into x is equal to 1058 meters square. then you find out x value, and after finding out the x value, then you can find out length and breadth, and then after finding out length and breadth, you find out the perimeter of that field, and after finding out the perimeter, multiply that perimeter by 35, and then you get the cost of fencing that field. So fifth question is a homework, and here you know that length is x and breadth is 2x, and area is length into breadth. 2x into x, that means 2x square. 2x square, x into x means x power 2 will come. So 1058 you divide by 2, then you get 529 you will get, and its root you have to calculate. I explained how to find out the root in previous chapter. Factorize and group 2 factors in one group, and then take one factor from each group and multiply it, then you get the root of that, then you get x value, then multiply it by 2, then you get length and breadth. After finding out length and breadth, find out the perimeter, and perimeter you multiply by 35 rupees, then you will get a cost of fencing. So try yourself that question. If you have any doubt, you can ask in Google Meet. So today, students, I think we will wind up today's class. Remaining questions we will solve in our next class. So thank you everybody. Have a nice day to everyone.